Michael Pryor. This section looks at identifying resources and competencies required. So this falls under the development and selection of your strategy and the resources required. So the critical issues. What are the critical issues blocking the firm's move to achieve its vision and strategy? A prioritized implementation schedule is basically strategies and actions spelled out in the order of importance. These basic elements are the foundation of your strategic business plan. So you need to devise appropriate measures to get out of the current situation and to achieve the desired or potential position. You need to list and allocate appropriate resources for each strategic planning element to achieve your objectives. So this is the model we're going to be looking at. So this is the strategic planning analysis and resource matrix. The first column looks at your critical success factors. So the five critical success factors are listed down the left-hand side in the order of importance. And then if we go back and look at your blue ocean strategy, we then list your current position and your future position. And then the fourth box there is looking at the objective, the action and initiative required. And again, you can have 1, 2, 3 or 4 of these actions and initiatives. The next column looks at what are your goals? What are your targets? What are your goals for each of these actions? And how are you going to measure each of these actions? A percentage increase, a number increase? What are the measurements for each one of these goals? And finally, in the last column, we look at what competencies are required for each of these initiatives. Do you need new partners? Do you need new alliances to achieve this? And what are the resources required? Are they people? Is it capital? Is it partners? What are the resources required to achieve this? So one way of looking at this is if you start out and say, okay, these are our critical success factors on the left and these are the initiatives, what will they do? So when you're explaining this, what you'll find is that these initiatives link to support the overall strategy. So in terms of finding new partners, they will aid and grow your business model. They will also assist you, your new partners, with innovation, expanded focus, and more products. So each one of these should link together and add value across the broad strategic plan. So in terms of your strategic plan, remember the other item which is very important are the risk factors from your recommended strategy and how will you deal with them. So think about the risk factors involved within your previous plan that you're suggesting. List those and how will you deal with them. And then alternative strategies are very important. If you go in front of a board meeting and the board doesn't like your suggested strategy, you always have to have an alternative strategy. So where does this come from? When you've gone through this whole strategic process, the TOWS analysis identifies 16 mini strategies from which you developed your 5 critical success factors. So for an alternative strategy, you would go back to the TOWS analysis and look at those 16 mini strategies and from those develop your alternative strategies. So these should be part of your strategic plan. So what are your alternative strategies developed from your SWOT and TOWS? So I would suggest you have at least 3 of these available in case the board does not like your suggested strategy.